You know, I said I was going to get a beer and I didn't. I think that's the problem. What do you guys think? I think that's the problem. You know, if I'd had a beer, it all would have been better. It all would have been a lot better. But oh well. Live and learn as you go, eh? Okay, guys, we're just getting ready to go and put the gasket on and then the cylinder head on. But I just wanted to show you a little bit about what I did with the piston. What I was referring to previously about the little nubs or little indents, I guess you'd say, on the side of the piston. And you can see on number one here. Oh, let's try it. Let's try zooming in so I can show you. See on number one there, there's one here. There's one actually on three different sides. So what I've done is I've actually marked those on the top of the piston there. And I've also used a little bit of black Sharpie, which isn't going to harm anything, just on the side of the piston as well, just to line it up. Just so it's really obvious and easy to see it as I'm holding the cylinder head and dropping it onto the piston. These will each have to be compressed as we go, and we'll do them one ring at a time. So just wanted to show you that. Just a little bit of a labeling method here just to make my life a little bit easier as I'm assembling this thing. Okay guys, we're going to go and put a little bit of this Loctite 587 blue RTV on the one side of the piston. It'll go down, and so let's do that now before we apply it on. We need very, very little of this on here. The gasket material is going to do the bulk of the job, so we're just getting a tiny little bit of RTV on here. I get it on here roughly, and then I'll move it around judiciously with my finger after that. But we're just getting a little bit on here, basically a skim coat. Now we're going to use the finger method just to kind of spread it around, make sure we have a little bit everywhere. Again, this is really just a skim coat. We're not getting too carried away with gobs of RTV, right? Just me, it looks like there's more here than there is because stuff being blue, it shows up really good. But trust me, there's just a tiny little skim coat on here. So, and that is what I'm striving for. What do you think, guys? You think that looks good? Yeah, I think it looks good. Okay. Now we're going to put it on carefully, such that we do not break it, because that would be a bit of a downer, wouldn't it? Hey guys, well, it turns out I did actually film putting on this gasket, but I didn't have the camera pointed at the engine, which isn't very good. So, anyways, this is what we did. We put a little RTV on one side of the gasket, put it down, another skim coat of RTV on the top side of the gasket and put it down. I know it looks like there's an absolute ton there, but trust me, it is literally a skim coat. This stuff is just crazy blue. So yeah, now the next step is to put the cylinder head on one ring at a time. So that's what we're going to do. That'll be the next bit. Okay guys, we're going to fit on the cylinder. Now what I've done is I've liberally put two-stroke engine oil in here inside the cylinder to make it hopefully slide fairly easy. Okay, so we're going to first off go over number one. Now again, we have to have this lined up with the indents on that piston for each, or excuse me, on that piston ring for each one as we go down. So we've got that one lined up. So okay, we got it on the first ring on that one. Okay, we've got to pass two rings, and we're just trying to do the third one. So, aha. Okay, guys. All three on there. I gotta say, not terribly easy. One cylinder head on. Wow, that was simple, eh? Nothing to her. Okay, so now we're gonna do it again for the right side cylinder. So yeah, okay, let's get after it. Okay guys, just like last time, we have the cylinders marked for where those indents are to make it a little bit more obvious as to where to line up the rings. And we're going to put on cylinder head number 2. So Let's see how this goes here. Okay guys, I think we're getting close on the second head here. So we've got 2 piston rings on it, and now we're going to try for number 3. A little bit of gasket's really holding it up. Ah, gee whiz. Okay. Ah! Ta-da! Wiggled past the gasket. Gee whiz, we didn't have to cut it or take it off for a 3rd time or anything. I'm excited. Yeah, thanks for sticking around and giving me some encouraging words there as I was going through it. I'm sure you were a little shocked by how terribly I did that, but oh well, showing you how it is here. So, but that is exciting. So let's try and kick her over a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. We have an engine. Look at that. It's quite exciting. Okay. Yeah, no, that's really good. I'm quite happy with that. So now the next step, of course, is to put the cylinder heads on and bolt her down. So we definitely want to do that next. So okay, I think it's time for a beer. What do you think? I think it might be. Okay guys, so we've got the cylinder heads on the engine, which is awesome. That was a tough job, especially the second one, because of the fact you can't really get your hands in there because the first one's on. But hey, we got her done, so that's good. Now it's to put the gaskets onto the heads. And interestingly, all they are these little, I'm assuming aluminum, they seem like aluminum pieces of metal that simply go on the head like that. That's it. And I've seen, I've researched this a fair bit, and that is actually all that you do. The only thing additional we're going to do, now that I've got that one on there, is put a little bit of RTV on the bottom of each one to hold it in place so that when we turn it upside down, it'll stay stuck. So we're just going to do that. The RTV will cooperate here. So a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Don't need much. This is probably too much. Okay, just a little bit of stickiness, a little bit of goodness. And let's stick it on this one. Okay, good. And then we do the same on the other one. So, and there's nothing else that goes on this head. So there's no other head gasket. It is just simply this metal, well, I guess metal gasket. I guess it is a gasket, but it's, yeah, not exactly like most heads that I've taken off before. We have something a little bit, a little bit more substantial that you'd think would go on there, but yeah. So we'll put them on now. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit so you can see me do that. Alrighty, let's put the heads on. So yeah, so again, just to recap, we have our gasket, metal gasket on there, just stuck with a little bit of RTV on the head side. We don't put any on this side, and interestingly, nothing else on here either. So I'm just going with it. Seems a little strange to me, but that's what we're doing. All right, so there's one laid on there. Let's get the other one laid on there as well. Again, making sure our gasket is nicely in place. We're not askew or anything else. Lay that on there. Perfect. So now the next bit is to grab our nuts and washers. And because these are studs, it's a nuts and washers game here. So we gotta get these washers in. Or as the English call them, flats. And yeah. Okay, already I can see there's gonna be a little bit of fun. Just simply because it's deep in there and we have to hold the nuts. So I'm going to use a little trick that I've used. I don't know, maybe one of you guys have used this before, but I'm going to stuff a little bit of paper towel in the end of my socket to keep the nut from riding up. And then we're going to stick our nut in here. There we go. See that? And look, she doesn't fall. Can you see that? See, she doesn't. Well, she fell up there, but basically it's going to stay in there good enough for me to get it down into that hole. So let's do that. Okay, just carefully. Oh. Not going to tighten these at all at this point. We're just getting them on. Getting those washers down in there is kind of a trick, isn't it? There's one. We'll do all the washers first. We'll do everything in sequence here. Get on there. Okay. Other washer. Another washer. Alright. Number 5. Number 5 is on. Pull it number 6. Okay. Alright, number 6. Grab a little more paper towel there, but I didn't quite do the job I wanted done there on that last go. Just get it in there. Alright, that's good. Let's go and just give this one a twirl. Again, we're not tightening anything here. In fact, I really shouldn't even be using this. We're not tightening anything, we're just getting them on there, right? Oh, they're good. Yeah. I want to make sure I'm not cross-threading anything. It would be a bit of a downer at this point. So, come here. Alright. That's what happens when you try to show how good something works, eh? And it doesn't work very well. But that's okay. Actually, it does work great. It really does. Okay. Again. You can also do this little trick with masking tape as well, and if you leave the sticky side out, that's a pretty awesome way to do it. Okay, well, that one fell out of there. Now you have to grab a magnet, or are you going to cooperate? You have to go grab a magnet for this one. Yeah, I think we're going to grab a magnet. Alright, come back here, little guy. Okay, got him. Stick him back in our contraption here. I'll stay this time. Ah. Ah, she'll stay this time. Pretty sure. Oh, where a washer fell off. There we go. Okay, that one's on. All right, we got a couple more to go here. You know, I said I was going to get a beer and I didn't. I think that's the problem. What do you guys think? I think that's the problem. You know, if I'd had a beer, it all would have been better. It all would have been a lot better. But oh well. Live and learn as you go, eh? Okay, we've got the nuts and washers on, but just finger tight. So now we're going to, in quotations, torque it down. I don't even know what the torque specs are for this thing, but I know they were really loose before, so we're gonna just get them so there's kind of each one is just barely snug. Looks like I'm really not doing anything here yet. And let me just, I'm going to angle this up a little bit so you guys can see maybe how much I'm torquing it down. And actually, you know what? If anybody knows what the torque specs are on for this thing, let me know, eh? I would appreciate it. I don't really think it matters that we do these heads independently of each other. I see a little bit more paper there. But we are going to kind of do them all together. Come on out of there. Yeah, okay. Okay, a little bit more than snug now. Just going by feel here. If I had to guess, I'm saying I'm putting about 40 pounds of pressure on it, maybe not even that much. I know they were really loose when I took them off. And from seeing other people's videos, that's what they seem to be doing. In fact, this might be a little tighter than most. Okay, we're going to call that good. It's 40 or 50 pounds, I would say I got on that. Who knows, right? I could put a torque wrench on it, I guess. But a little academic unless I know what the values are. So we're going to go with this and see what happens. In the interim, if anybody does know what the torque specs are, hey, shoot me a comment and let me know. And again, please feel free to give me comment and give me heck, if you will. That's what I'm here for, to kind of learn a little bit as well as maybe show you what I'm working on. So hope everybody's having a great evening. Please remember to like and subscribe, as you know what, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. It's always a little encouraging to do these videos, and the more a little bit of encouragement by clicking that little like button you can do would be awesome. And if you subscribe, that would be really awesome. So thanks everybody. You guys have a good one, and yeah, if you're riding a motorcycle, keep the rubber side down. Have a great night.